Hello everyone! It's no secret that cats are very protective of their space, not just against their own kind, but against any wild creatures that encroach on their turf. Today, you'll witness them face off against some of the most unexpected opponents. Let's get it on.
Gotcha.
A house cat might be smaller than its wild cousins, but it makes up for it with its bravery. I'd be running away too if I were the operator. This video really highlights how quickly an ordinary cat reacts. It plays with a snake just like it would with a regular toy. single glance was all it took for the coyote to rethink his choice, but the cat accelerated his decision-making. The accuracy is average, but the speed is definitely top-notch.
Oh, well, looky here.
It seems the cat's trying to find out if it really has 9 lives.
I love these stupid things. Well, let's go get him. You know, it's weird. I keep getting closer, but he's not getting any smaller. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. No, I wasn't looking at you. Yeah. Go ahead there. Eat up. Oh, yeah. No, don't worry. Oh, no, don't mind me. I'm sitting here on myself.
Рыжий альфу строит. По зиме обычно старается вечером сходить погулять, и до 9 часов это домой. Да? Да. Он скребется обычно, пару раз в метр. Профукал момент, и когда мы шли наверх, мы его не слышали. С утра пришел, сильно воняет.
Он на него, что ли?
К ней будто запился. Ну, Альфа нажмется. Рыжий.
Гелю, гомонись.
Рыжий.
They've got the wrong animal on a leash.
Геля, будь пират. Иди сюда.
I'm sure this tiny pride keeps the whole area in fear. They decided to introduce a very young cat to a fox living in the nature reserve. The curious cat was intrigued by the stranger, but when they finally met, he forgot all his manners. The dog learned the hard way what it means to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. bet this raccoon has never wanted to go home as much as it does right now. This cat has the kind of stare that can humiliate its opponent. Cats are as bold as mongooses when it comes to fighting snakes. If a reptile dares enter its territory, the cat will immediately go on the offensive.
Да это какая-то ядовитая. Вообще, она лупит ее, прямо лупит.
А ее не отпускаете, что-то хочет уйти?
Так.
Finally, a worthy opponent. This cat's more effective than any alarm system.
What do you think about that nasty dog? What do you think about that nasty dog? You gonna get him? You gonna get him? Yeah? Go get him. Go get him.
Leo, run. Run, Leo, they're going to eat you.
They're gonna him.
They're not going to bite him, they're scared of him, look.
Leo, be careful. I'm a bit worried, Justin. Hey! You.
Yeah, on video.
Seriously, Chelsea. Unbelievable.
It's remarkable that a squirrel can tell the difference between a threat and simple curiosity. Nevertheless, eating right in front of a predator shows extraordinary courage.
Chelsea.
His lightning-fast reflexes put even a rattlesnake to shame. The cat had it cornered, both physically and mentally. The badger may seem harmless, but it's actually a fierce predator. Nevertheless, it wisely chose to avoid a fight with the cat. The only creatures cats are afraid of. It's surprising that cats can be scared of cucumbers, yet they can still do things like that.
Oh, are you loving on Harry? Oh, you loving on Harry?
Without a doubt, the most extraordinary friendship you've ever seen.
No, kitty.
This pal was incredibly lucky
think
that there
he's
was a
bigger than
glass
you are.
between them. I'm talking about the one on the right. The fox didn't stand a chance. You might think the cat needs protection, but it's actually the coyote that's at risk. For him, it's as if the snake is moving in slow motion. The coyote thought that since he was bigger, he had the upper hand, but he underestimated his opponent's agility. Even when cornered, this pal clawed his way to victory. Few had thought about this kind of conflict, yet it was something everyone had to see. Cats often have trouble recognizing when dogs just want to play, which might explain their complicated relationship.
Hey!
Can you guess who's the dominant species in this house? It seems that the cat's curiosity got the better of its hunting instincts. I can almost hear the poor guy pleading for his life. Hello, everyone. It's not just luck, pal. It's your precise calculations that ensure the tree falls exactly where it should. You'd never guess what an unremarkable piece of wood can become in the hands of a true craftsman. It's as if the craftsman imbues each piece with a touch of their spirit through the care and effort they invest in their work. While some people craft furniture and sculptures from wood, this man took it a step further by building a fully functional mini car in just 6 months. It even has multiple gears. truly impressive work. It's hard to believe that a rough machine can transform a simple piece of wood into a masterpiece. Such work deserves a place in an art gallery. This genius dad has taken kids' dreams of a treehouse to a whole new level. Instead of a modest cabin, his talent allowed him to create a mini villa for his little family members. Honestly, I'd love to spend my weekends there too. What happens when the craftsman gets the machine running? It's hard to believe, but soon it will transform into a perfectly smooth wooden plate. A saw might not seem like the ideal tool for creating realistic statues, but even with it, you can craft something incredible. The details are so fine, they almost look like real feathers. It takes immense attention to detail to create something like this.
cranking up the power pretty high here. I don't want to see any flames. Oh yeah, that's burning nice. I got the power up. Oh, there's a little flame.
The perfect wooden box. Have you ever thought about the intricate craftsmanship that goes into making an ordinary wooden spoon? Celebrities usually celebrate when a wax figure of theirs is unveiled at Madame Tussauds, but having a wooden statue made in their honor is an equally great honor, especially considering the immense effort, skill, and time invested in such a project. Give the machine a little more time and you'll be amazed by the results. Crafting a wooden statue is a long and labor-intensive process that leaves no room for mistakes. It's frightening to think about how many splinters a person might get during the process, yet the final product is undoubtedly worth the effort. Those thin sheets of wood must be as soft as napkins. The fact that you can already recognize this face says a lot about the guy's talent. You can recreate a portrait of your beloved pets not just on paper, especially if you have the talent of this woodwork expert. This artist's piece is so lifelike that you might easily think it's a real dog when viewed from a distance. He's even hidden a fun surprise inside. Thanks to his resourcefulness, this guy converted a standard saw into a sanding tool, and just look at how well it works. I believe many people choose woodworking as a profession because there's something calming about it. This machine cuts wood with perfect precision and can do it in just a second. The combination of skillful hands and an engineer's mindset produces perfect results. This man was born into a family of artists, which is hardly surprising. In the hands of a true professional, even a rough chisel can create incredible sculptures. Looking at such a detailed piece of work, it's hard to say anything other than wow. It's rare for someone to look at a chunk of wood and envision something greater. Yet for this guy, it's a canvas that his talent transforms into stunning masterpieces. One question remains: why aren't these wooden creations in a museum yet? Either he's been carving wood since he was a baby, or he was born with a natural talent for it. Any lumberjack would gladly trade their axe for this tool. Minimal effort and such a satisfying sound to go with it. It's hard to believe that not long ago these machines didn't exist. People had to do this labour-intensive work by hand, and now it only takes a couple of minutes. Watching a machine do the hardest work for us is simply delightful. People like these are the reason we have the profession of wood artist. It takes genuine artists to envision and craft something like this. A guy carved a sculpture into the bark of a living tree, instantly transforming the forest into something mystical. Hello everyone! Get ready for a compilation of amazing videos shot at swimming pools, from unexpected catastrophes and natural disasters to the oddest visitors. Let's get it on. In September 2024, Hurricane John hit Mexico, resulting in a landslide that caused a swimming pool in Acapulco to collapse. It's a reminder that any pool is a serious hydraulic structure and can pose significant dangers. The first tremors of the 2015 Nepal earthquake caught these people right in the pool. Going through something like that was absolutely terrifying. For no clear reason, a 22-meter pool installed over the parking area of a high-rise building in Brazil suddenly gave way, causing a dreadful flood. Fortunately, it happened at night when the parking lot was empty. Just because something looks good doesn't mean it's safe. A shocking roof collapse happened at a recreational park in Barlo in the Netherlands. After this frightening incident, the owners decided to demolish the entire swimming pool. Crashing into a fence is a terrible idea. You never know what's on the other side. In Lake Worth in Texas, a driver lost control of his SUV and ended up parked right in someone else's swimming pool. Fortunately, the homeowners were at home and helped him get out. Picture the expression on the pool owner's face while he observed that wild scene happening right in his backyard. During the 2019 earthquake, a swimming pool in the Philippines turned into a small, stormy ocean. Just like this rooftop pool in a hotel in Taiwan during the 7.3 magnitude earthquake. It's nothing unusual. The neighbours just stopped by to check out your new swimming pool. A couple of baboons threw a fantastic party in South Africa. This guy's probably the worst lawnmower in history. In the midst of forest fires in Portugal, firefighting helicopters used private pools to get water. The hail is so heavy that the water looks like it's boiling. These children's time in the pool ended rather unexpectedly. You won't find an attraction like this in any water park. The pool pool was supposed to be the crown jewel of the home, but then the demolition team stepped in.
Eu filmei. Nossa.
A black bear stumbled upon a kiddie pool and decided it was the best discovery of its life. The perfect way to cool off on a hot summer day. You're about to see the best illustration of Archimedes' principle in history. Have you ever seen 68,000 litres of water spill out in just a few seconds? The guy decided to end the swimming season dramatically. Every pool is essentially a small dam that could break at any moment, especially if it wasn't installed properly. Moose love to swim and often show up unexpectedly. However, getting out of the pool can be quite a challenge for them.
La femelle est partie par chez Émile.
Non, elle est là.
Elle est revenue, hein?
Ah oui, elle est là.
The universe itself decided it was time for him to freshen up. After seeing this video, you might seriously consider replacing your wooden fence with something sturdier, especially since the backyard pool is a favorite spot for many families. In a recent incident, a drunk driver crashed into a New York home's backyard, destroying everything in his path. Fortunately, it was late, and everyone, including the kids, was safely inside the house. The owner of a house in Pompano Beach, Florida, had to rescue the driver and passenger of a car that ended up in his swimming pool after landing into the water.
Lauft!
There's nothing quite like this feeling. The Easter earthquake of 2010 caused ripples in pools all across California.
Ja.
They emptied the pool halfway up. But we just had a massive earthquake right now. Wow. Still moving.
A swimming pool in Nepal reacted to powerful tremors measuring over 7 on the Richter scale. While everything else remained in place, the water was the first to signal the onset of the earthquake.
Look at this. This is madness.
I think the owner wasn't too upset, especially since he managed to capture an amazing video.
No,
The hole is not big enough. Oh my God!
Whoa!
Just as low as you can.
There are plenty of ways to drain a pool, but nothing beats a good old-fashioned shootout.
That's it.
When there's a storm in the ocean, the pool on the cruise ship joins in on the chaos too. This guy really knows how to multitask. He had a great ride, and on top of that, he washed the windows and watered the plants. A horrific accident occurred in Plum, Pennsylvania, where a car crashed through the fence of a private home at high speed and fell into the swimming pool. Fortunately, there was no one in the backyard at the time. This little one decided to take a dip in the safari park pool in South Africa, but he couldn't figure out how to get back out. The whole family rushed to help, but the baby elephant believed he could handle it himself. Essentially, dry ice is the solid form of carbon dioxide. If you toss it into a pool, it'll quickly turn into a gas, producing billowing clouds of fog. Always remember to prioritize safety during these experiments. Never perform them in closed areas.
Oh, I want to jump in so bad. 你别笑。要做一个专业的演员吗？
My shit on pause. Damn.
This guy almost went on a round-the-world trip by boat.
Go for it.
This is how you say goodbye to summer. An army truck is such a versatile vehicle that you can even use it to dismantle swimming pools. They were trying to carefully drain the water without it getting into the garage. Mission failed on both fronts. This is truly a catastrophe. Good thing heavy machinery is there to clear the debris. Pool covers can be a dangerous trap for pets left alone, as they often get stuck underneath. Fortunately, this dog was rescued after swimming for 15 minutes in the cold water. In Singapore, a woman mistook a swimming pool for a parking spot while driving her SUV, realizing her mistake too late. You don't have to be the groom to steal the spotlight. Sometimes it feels like pools have a mind of their own. At some points, they just decide, oh, I've had enough of this. It's best not to fall asleep in the pool if your family's capable of such pranks. They even used artillery.
It's the last time we catch you sleeping in our pool again. We're gonna slither. Come on, slit it again!
Not over there! You ready?
Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's a strong. What? That's a really strong liner. Alright, here we go. Whoops.
The whole pool is just like, nah.
If he was sharpening that knife at all.
Oh, look at that!
That's it! He got his shoes wet! He got his shoes wet!
Oh, man.
Oh, come on, we didn't move.
If you have a frame pool, you can put on a fantastic show anytime.
That was cool.
That's crazy.
Is that what you thought it would do?
No.
Yeah, so poke.
Hey, Jacob, is it cold?
The neighbour's tree provided lovely shade, but it sure came at a price. An explosion caused by dry ice in a pool is certainly impressive to watch, but it's definitely not something you should try at home. Dry ice can be quite dangerous. A bit of applied physics from the swimming pool.
But wait. Serotonin.
Let me know in the comments if you figured out what this effect is.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
It was reckless to leave the pool full during the cold weather. The ice hit with such force that it easily knocked down the fence. The pool trembles like an equalizer during an earthquake in Kailua Kona, Hawaii. Such things can happen even in sunny Italy. Hello everyone. One might think that flooding would be a good reason to halt train operations, but that's not the case. This crew of engineers in Argentina didn't even slow down while passing through the flooded area. The locomotive engineer failed to switch tracks on the historic Strasburg Railroad in Pennsylvania. In 2024, a freight train derailment paralyzed life in the city of Sonora, California.
Oh great, now I got stay in my car.
On the morning of January the 20th, shocked drivers watched as several tank cars went off the rails and rolled onto a busy intersection, damaging the road and 5 vehicles. Fortunately, the propane tanks were empty, so the dangerous situation didn't escalate into a catastrophe. According to a spokesperson for the transport company, the derailment was due to soft, saturated soil that compromised the stability of the tracks. However, in this case, the train was carrying grain.
I said one wheel was off the track.
During the rainy season, Indian trains turn into water transport. In just one night of intense frost, a thick crust of snow and ice built up on the locomotive. For engineers, the top rule in such extreme cold is to keep the engine running at all costs. was a short circuit at a station in India where electric wires for trains can carry up to 27,500 volts. Even standing a few meters away from these lines could result in burns, but thankfully, no one came close enough. This is how the city authorities have realized it's time to repair the tram tracks. Careless parking near railway tracks can lead to fatal consequences, and here is the proof.
Aquí Notisistema informando. Hasta aquí mi reporte, Joaquín. Dice el tren que le vale verga, que le van...
In 2018, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania saw its biggest train accident in years when 7 freight cars derailed within the city. The situation was complicated by the fact that the train was crossing over an automotive tunnel, causing the cars to roll off and drop from above. Fortunately, the cars were only carrying dog food and mouthwash, not hazardous materials.
The railroad has said in the past...
Investigators found that the engineer had done nothing wrong, operating the train within the permitted 30 km/h speed limit. The cause of the accident was ultimately determined to be a broken or cracked rail. The transportation company estimated the damages from the incident at around $800,000. Seeing a collision through the eyes of a train engineer. Bridge accidents are always especially dangerous. Luckily, after the train derailed at the interchange in Kansas City, the engineers managed to respond promptly. While the accident didn't result in any falls or significant damage to the bridge, the engineers had to work hard to remove the damaged cars from such a height. A fire that broke out in an industrial building in Richmond, Canada, spread to an old decommissioned railway trestle. The wooden bridge, treated with creosote, a wood preservative, produced thick plumes of black smoke that stretched for kilometers and significantly degraded air quality. Firefighters worked throughout the night to extinguish this unusual blaze. An unusual incident was captured on video in Houston, Texas. One of the cars from an extremely long, empty train derailed for some unknown reason. Remarkably, this didn't seem to affect the overall movements of the train for a while. However, the situation became critical at a level crossing when vibrations caused a wheel set to break loose from the derailed car. .
wheel is falling apart.
In June 2022, a devastating train derailment occurred in the small town of Shiner, Texas. A freight train carrying open coal cars went off the tracks near the town's main intersection, spilling its cargo onto the roadway.
When did it happen?
Fortunately, the flying debris from the cars didn't harm any people or vehicles, but it did cause significant damage to the road infrastructure and knocked down power lines. Most importantly, the accident blocked traffic in that area for nearly a day.
They got a rotary coupler where the
Coupler detachment is one of the most common incidents on railways, primarily caused by faulty automatic couplers. Transporting rails is a complex process that calls for strict safety measures. In this case, the workers attempted an unloading maneuver by synchronizing multiple forklifts, a complicated plan where too much could go wrong. The result was a unique accident. The rail car derailed while parked. In the end, it caused an unusual accident. A parked rail car came off the tracks. This video was filmed in Moore, Oklahoma. It's alarming when heavy train cars unexpectedly go off the rails just a few meters away from your vehicle. It's best to get away from the crash site as soon as you can. Panic leads to the worst possible decisions. Luckily, the train hadn't picked up full speed yet. Snowfall in southern Britain is an unusual event, typically causing major disruptions in transportation. Fortunately, that's not the case here. The sparks are simply a result of higher heat dissipation on the rails. Don't forget that trains can't maneuver like other vehicles. Oil residues tend to build up over time in a locomotive's exhaust system. When the diesel engine ramps up its power, these residues catch fire and burn within the exhaust pipes, resulting in an impressive sight. You can even drift on the train tracks. a delightful surprise for all train enthusiasts. 15 freight train cars derailed in White Marsh, Pennsylvania. As often happens in such cases, nearby residents were evacuated, especially since the cargo included liquid fertilizers and tetrachloroethylene, a degreasing chemical. Although no hazardous substances leaked this time, incidents like this always pose an environmental risk.
To the tracks and surrounding area. Now the NTSB and Federal Railroad Administration are investigating the cause, supervising cleanup, and will ultimately clear the tracks for use.
Norway's railway snowplow in action, a spectacular sight. Lizibus Station is one of the most famous train stations in the world, located right within a 19-story building as part of the Chongqing Metro in China. The building, owned by the metro system, houses numerous offices. This unusual design isn't a whim of architects, it's a solution to the area's challenging terrain, which required the monorail to navigate steep elevation changes. In Thailand's Samut Songkhram province, the Mae Klong market draws thousands of visitors for its incredible, one-of-a-kind atmosphere. This vibrant market is set up right on an active railway line. 8 times a day, a passenger train rolls through, creating a live spectacle. Vendors quickly fold up their canopies and skillfully move their baskets and crates to precise spots, just inches out of the train's path. As the train crawls through, it passes mere centimeters from the colorful produce, fruits, and diverse goods lining the tracks. This custom developed over the years. When the railway was first built in the early 1900s, local vendors refused to move, and this remarkable practice became a tradition. Sparks under trams are caused by a weakened connection between the wheels and the tracks. This often happens due to rain or fallen leaves. All train cars in the US have a lifespan of 50 years. After that, they take their final journey before being retired as scrap metal. This is what the last leg of that journey looks like.
That's all.
A train arrives at a snow-covered remote station in the Scottish Highlands, a stunning sight. The Federal Railroad Administration of the United States is responsible for ensuring safety in rail transport. This includes experimental work, such as conducting crash tests to improve standards and regulations for rail operations. For the average person, these collisions vividly illustrate the tremendous amount of energy train operators must handle. The Harz Mountains are a popular tourist destination in Germany, where you can enjoy a ride on an authentic narrow-gauge railway built over a century ago. But even on such an idyllic route, mishaps can happen. Thankfully, in this case, it only led to a few minor scrapes. Diesel engines are rugged relics from the industrial era. Just starting one up is like watching a mini volcanic eruption. Once it breaks loose, a rail car can accelerate rapidly thanks to inertia, speeding along the tracks like a meteor. Typically, open cars have special drainage holes, but this time the car turned into a pool on wheels.
Ha ha ha.